Hi everyone, welcome to Miss Adams Teaches Punctuation. In this short video, I'm going to be teaching you all about how to use the colon, a very useful piece of punctuation that can help improve both your creative writing and your analytical writing. So stay tuned to find out how.
So let's have a look at rule number 1. Colons can introduce and point to information in a list. This is such an easy way to use a colon. It works in both creative writing and analytical writing. And here is a perfect example. I wanted to see all of the animals at the zoo, the lions, the tigers, the giraffes and the lemurs. Now, the most important thing to look at is this first bit before the colon is a complete sentence, okay? It doesn't matter what type of sentence, but it has to be complete. So we know it's complete because it's got a verb and it's got the subject. I wanted to see all of the animals at the zoo. The lions, the tigers, the giraffes and the lemurs. And there is our colon introducing it. Now, the reason I'm making this point is because a very common mistake is to use a colon like this. My favourite pie is made from, comma, chicken, asparagus and leek. Also true, love chicken pie. This here is wrong, okay? It totally breaks up the sentence, like it doesn't feel right. This has to be a complete sentence, okay? So you might, for example, say, my favourite pie is made from chicken, asparagus and leek without a colon. If you desperately wanted to make it a list, you might say chicken pie is my favourite pie, colon, chicken, leeks, mushrooms, etc, etc. But when you're using that colon, you must make sure that this side is complete. Okay? Second rule or way to use a colon is to introduce quotations. And this is so helpful for analytical writing because quite often your teacher will say to you, oh, don't just plonk your quotes in, try and embed it. And if you're like writing in time conditions, the last thing that you want to do is start panicking about how to embed a quote if you can't work it out. So this is where the colon comes in. So have a little look at this one. Shakespeare uses pathetic fallacy to introduce the witches. Note again, it's a complete sentence. Okay, so we know complete sentence, we can put a colon after. When shall we three meet again, in thunder, lightning or in rain? And there is our colon introducing the quotation. You can do the same sort of thing in creative writing if you wanted to introduce some speech. That also works. Rule number 3. Slightly harder. Colons can join complete sentences when the second half of the construction is either restating, emphasizing, explaining, or amplifying the original sentence. So it's a little bit like a semicolon here, but the rule is that the two sentences are so closely linked that the second sentence is actually, like I said, re-explaining or restating. So here's an example. The owl hooted angrily. It was livid. So note, both of those are complete sentences, but really all I've done is restate. I've said that the owl was, I don't know why the owl was so angry. Not this guy, he's fine. But the owl hooted angrily. And then I've re-established that anger, I've emphasized it, I've amplified it, it was livid. There you go. That's it, guys. How to use a colon. 3 ways, nice and simple. Hope it was helpful. Do have a little look at the other videos in the spelling, punctuation and grammar playlist. You might like to have a little look at the semicolons, and you might like to look at when not to use a comma, where I tell you all about how not to comma splice, the bane of my teaching life. Brilliant. Thank you so much again. Click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Happy writing, happy revising, happy punctuation.